why I switched from growth operating to copywriting. So just for context, 171 days ago is when I officially started growth operating, and I officially started on the 21st of December 2023. So just for some context, I was growth operating for quite a while, 130 days straight. And what happened was, basically, just for some context, I was on holiday with my mom, and I seen a video of Eddie Cumberbatch talking about growth operating. At the time, I had no idea what it was. I was really intrigued. I liked the idea, seeing that no one else was talking about it. So I was like, okay, I want to start this business model, whatever it is. So I signed up to the Wednesday class thing, came back here, joined the class, was convinced to join. I joined, did the split payment because I couldn't pay the whole thing at once. Literally went into overdraft on the first split payment, joined. Everything was great. I joined the community on school, met a bunch of great operators that were starting as well, learned a bunch of things, and super optimistic. Started doing a bunch of outreach, and I started getting some replies from creators. And basically, fast forward, I landed my first client for free. So I landed my first client. It was a fitness client, a calisthenic creator, and we started working together. And that's when I started to see how it was to really be a growth operator. So I remember kind of how it was being advertised by a lot of people was, okay, you start growth operating, you partner up with the creator, you build a community for them, and then you launch it. And then if 1% of their audience joins, then they'll easily make 20, 30K, and you take a split of that. So yeah, when I actually started working with the creator, I really seen what it was like. And I seen, okay, you know, there's a bunch of things that you learn that you have to do, especially when I was in technically I'm still in the school group, but you know, there's things like market research you have to do. And you know, so the creator needs to give you access to their Instagram. You need to be able to talk to their audience. You need to do market research calls, which is, you know, jumping on calls with their audience, like 20, 30 people, and talking to them and seeing what their pain points are, desires, current situation, desired situation, demographics, taking all those data points and then putting it on like a separate doc and just analyzing it. That's called the master messaging. And then from there, you're building out funnels, you're building out landing pages, you're building out just a bunch of back-end stuff, ton of back-end stuff. And then on top of that, you're going to be doing a ton of copywriting, and you're going to be writing the VSL, the video sales letter. And yeah, it's a bunch of stuff. For some of you, you might even be building sales teams as well on the back end. And you know, I realized, you know, you can do everything perfect on your side as a growth operator, but if your creator client doesn't do what they're supposed to do, then you're really dependent on them, because you could do the best market research, build the best funnel, build the best school community. Oh yeah, then of course you're going to build the school community or Discord, wherever you decide to do it on. And then once people actually join, you might even be closing them, you might be setting them in the DMs. Then when people join, you're going to be in that community, just making sure that people are staying engaged and stuff. So there's like so many different things you're doing. So anyway, but I believed in it. I was like, okay, I just really need just one good creator and it could take off. And yeah, just to be completely transparent, I know that could have been my fault. Maybe it's because I decided to go with a free client. Maybe it's because I didn't do a sell fee. Maybe it's because I didn't. I don't know. That's just me being real though. But yeah, that ended up not working because I've noticed from me and from other growth operators that I speak to, you know, you'll do everything on your side, but then the creator is just being so slow on their side. I don't know why, but they're just being so slow on their side. Communication kind of dies down. They're not as on it. And this is from people that actually got setup fees, so like 2K setup fees. Even then, their partner is still being very slow. So that can be very frustrating, and I just feel like, you know, it's a bit of a tough situation to be in sometimes. And then look, fast forward, yeah, so me and that creator start working together. Fast forward, did more outreach, landed my second client as a growth operator. That was Elliot, shout out to him. And then with him, it was the same thing. I was working for free, just gained the experience, went through the same thing. With him, I didn't do the market research. Why? Because he already did market research. He was already working with someone else. So those guys did the market research and stuff. Basically what I did was I just changed, I built him new funnels. I built, what else? I rewrote his VSL, did one of his landing pages, and what else? Did his emails, and yeah, that was about it there. So yeah, with him, things will go actually really well with him. I really do appreciate him because he helped. He gave me like a lot of space to like just do what you need to do. Like he wasn't micromanaging me and stuff, which was great. And then yeah, and with that one there, we started switching our offer and stuff. And with that one, things were going a little bit slow, but everything was cool. It's just that, you know, the thing is, you know, these people, they also have a life. So if they're going out with family or they're going on a holiday, you know, things go on hold, which is fine. I understand it. But while I was doing all of this, I was just thinking, I don't know, I was just starting to see like, it's a bit tough, a bit harder than I thought it would be. So in terms of dealing with a creator now, especially with Elliot, I just want to say with him, shout out to him, like great creator. It's just that I just started to see like, okay, I don't really think this is like ideal. But while I was working with him, especially with him, I was writing so much copy. I was writing copy for the landing pages. I was writing copy for the squeeze pages. I was writing copy for every step of the funnel. I was writing copy for, what else? The VSL. And then from there, I managed to convince him to do some emails as well. I wrote the first email. He liked it. And then I decided to add 2 more emails, so now we had 3. And then I decided to add 2 more, so now we had 5. And I said, okay, let me just do one for the whole week, so 7-day email sequence. And while I was doing all of that, especially when it came to the emails, I really found like my passion for writing, especially the emails, is when I was like, damn, this is actually fun. You know what I'm saying? So, and he liked them as well, so I could see that, okay, these are actually doing really well. That we hadn't tested them yet, but he liked them, I liked them, I enjoyed writing them. And I was like, you know what? Because I had done copywriting 2 years ago when I joined Hustlers University. That was the first time I ever found out about it, discovered it, practiced it. But obviously back then it didn't work out for me. I tried to do outreach. I wasn't getting nowhere with it. And yeah, that's when I just started moving on to other side hustles. So I remembered like, okay, I can actually become an email copywriter. And this is only because I'd done copywriting 2 years ago, and I knew that you can be like, you can do like sales pages. You can be a sales page copywriter, an email copywriter, a script. Like even these videos, like some of your favorite YouTubers, they have copywriters that write their scripts for them and they just like read it off. And I was like, okay, I don't want to do like VSLs and scripts and sales pages, but I love doing emails. So I was like, okay, I'm going to take a leap of faith here and switch from growth operating to email copywriting, because I actually have a passion for it. And that's the main thing that comes down to. I think a lot of people kind of wanted me to start like talking bad about growth operating and stuff. I think it does work. It can work. It might not be as simple as you think it is. Like just a ton of like skill stacking that you need. I heard someone say that growth operating is basically every single side hustle put into one in terms of skills, because you're doing so many different things. But some people might love doing that. Some people might hate doing that. So, but yeah, I decided to take a leap of faith there, and I basically asked my client, I asked Elliot for the testimonial, but instead of saying I'm a growth operator, I decided, okay, let me just commit to email copywriting. So I asked him, okay, with these emails, if you like them and you feel like these have helped you out or whatever. Obviously, just keep it real. If you don't like him, then you don't have to do it. But if you think that this is good, I'd love to get a testimony from you, just so I can use that, so I can move forward with email copywriting. And shout out to him. He was like, yeah, bro, like, let's do it. I love these emails. And yeah, I think you'd be a great copywriter for emails and stuff. So he sent me over the testimonial, and then that's the one I have on my Instagram and on my website. Shout out to him. And then from there, I just decided, okay, I'm just going into email copywriting. Now, let me talk about the pros and cons. So, pros and cons of growth operating. So I'll start off with the pros. The pros is you just need one client, one creator client. If you get that one creator client and they have a great audience and they have a great pull, and you help them build out a community and everything, then you're pretty much set, to be honest. And what else? I'd say a pro, this can be a pro as well, is the fact that I would say you learn a lot more about business when you're a growth operator, just because you're like the back end guy or the back end girl. Like, you're doing funnels, you're doing systems, you might even be hiring people. You're just dealing with everything on the back end, and doing that you'll learn a ton of things. And I've learned a ton of things as well, which is good. So I'd say those are the pros. The cons for me is you are heavily reliant on your actual creator. I think you can be a great growth operator, but if you have a not so good creator that you're working with, it's going to be really tough for you. What's another thing? I know that this was a pro, but this is also a con in my opinion. The fact that you are the back end guy, you are the back end girl, you're doing everything basically. You're doing so many different things, and if you're completely a new beginner, it might be very overwhelming for you. You know, building funnels, copywriting, this, that, and yeah. So that's like a pro and a con, depending on how you look at it. So, and then what else? Yeah, I would say that's about it, really. That's all I can think of right now. Then when it comes to copywriting, pros and cons of copywriting, let's go with the pros. The pros is you're just copywriting. That's it. I go on a Google Doc, I write, I let my client know, hey, email's in the Google Doc. He goes in there, he reads it, he likes it, he copies and pastes it, he puts it into his email sender, he sends it out to his list. As soon as I'm done writing that email, I'm done. I'm not building no funnel, I'm not building no squeeze page, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, I'm not hiring no salesman, I'm not doing that, I'm not trying to, no, I just write, there you go. And then they take care of it. And then I get paid for the email. And then, a pro with growth operating is the way the deals are structured, I would say. So, I don't really know about the whole taking 50-50, especially if you get one of these big creators. There's no way they're giving you 50% of their revenue. Absolutely no way. But yeah, the rev split deal structure is quite good. But the thing is, that's also a pro with growth, with copywriting, because I have a 5% commission or 5% rev split of whatever my emails generate. And my client, his lowest offer is 5K. So for each sale, on minimum, I'd make $250 per commission, plus the fee to actually write the emails, which have been 2 projects to 1,000 each, £2,000. So what else was I saying? Okay, another pro. So yeah, the first pro was I'm just writing emails. That's it. I'm not dealing with nothing else. I'll say that's about it. I did not write no script for this video. I'm just going off the head with this one, just keeping it raw. Okay, now cons. Let's cons with everything. So with copywriting. So with copywriting, you'll most likely need more than one client. Unless you land some huge giga client that will pay you 10K, you're probably gonna need, I don't know, like three, four clients, something like that. You know, if each of them are paying, well, if you get like 3 clients that are paying you 3K each, and you might have a retainer deal, I mean, a rev split or commission based thing with them as well, then I just think you'll need like 3 clients. I've heard some copywriters have like 10 clients, 9 clients, 8 clients. I don't know. I think that's just overkill. But yeah, so yeah, with copywriting, especially if you're going for like 5 figures per month, you're gonna need multiple clients, in my opinion. So what else? What's another con that I can think of? Yeah, that's about it. If I'm missing any pros and cons for each of them, just put it in the comments. But yeah, so the whole point of this, the main reason why I switched from growth operating to copywriting, first one is the fact that I actually like copywriting. I love to write emails. Like writing emails are a lot more fun for me. I'm a lot more creative, and the main thing is I enjoy it. I wasn't really enjoying building funnels, doing market research calls, master messaging, all this other stuff that's involved with growth operating. For you, it might be different. You might hate writing but love doing the growth operating or whatever you want to call. And yeah, I just seen a lot more potential for me with copywriting than with growth operating. So if anyone's gonna ask me which one they should do, like if you're on the fence and you're thinking, okay, I have growth operating on this side and I have copywriting on this side, which one should I do, Razor? Kind of want your advice. My advice on that would be, of course I'm gonna be biased towards copywriting, of course, but I don't want to be the person that tells you to pick one thing when you actually wanted to do the other thing. I don't want you to deep down really want to do growth operating and then I tell you to do copywriting and then now you're stuck doing copywriting because I said so. No. Of course, use your own brain. I don't think you should like ask me or anyone what you should do. And if you're really torn, then try both of them. It's kind of like split test. Try both of them, see which one you resonate with the most, and then just move on from there. So yeah, that's how it's going. I switched officially to copywriting, I would say 4 weeks ago, and in the last 2 weeks been able to make £2,000 from it. When I was the 130 days I was doing growth operating, I made £0, but it's cool. That's how I decided to do it. I was working for free with these clients, with my growth operating clients. And yeah, even though, don't get it twisted, even though I went back to copywriting 4 weeks ago, I first started copywriting 2 years ago. That's when I first learned about it, and I was taking it seriously for about 4 months 2 years ago, and then I switched. So yeah, hope that answered the question, because a lot of people have been asking me why I switched. And yeah, that's about it really. Any other questions, put it in the comments. And yeah, so far on 2K per month copywriter, which is still crazy to me. I'm going for that 10K in the next like 75 days. Subscribe to see the journey. We're definitely going to get there soon, and I'll be dropping some gems along the way and just keeping you updated with the journey. All right, cool. Peace. Take care. Love.